Hey guys, welcome to the video. In today's video, we're going to implement this user card, which has a very cool animation. So if I click on this button, it showcases more details about the user. And if I click again, it will disappear. So basically, it's a toggle animation. And we're going to implement this animated user card with HTML, CSS, and a little bit of JavaScript. So let's get started with the video. We are mainly going to follow this Figma design. And we'll start with the first card. And let's do the HTML first. Let's give it a class of main card, and we'll need to add a image, and also we have a radial effect. So we have two background properties basically. So we'll add the image as absolute, and we'll add the radial effect as background color. Let's add some class. Let's make it absolute. It's top 0, left 0, width full, and height full as well. Let's give it a class of relative. Now let's add the text product designer. Now you can quickly style our card. We have a radial effect, which I already copied. This one. Let's add the width. Let's check the width and height, which is 232 and 304. Set the height. We have a border radius. Set that. And on our image, we also had to add a z-index, minus z-index. Why? Because we want our image to be layered behind our radial background. That's why we added a minus z-index. So now let's see how it looks. Yeah, it looks perfect. Our text is not showing because of the color. So let's change the text color, which is white. Yes, text is 16 pixel and the font weight is 700. And for this one, the text is a 12 pixel and the font weight is 500. So let's do that. Text base is 16 pixel and the font bold is 700. Finish text 12 pixel and font medium is 500. Yes. Okay. Let's see how it looks. Okay. Our text is visible, but it's not positioned correctly. We need to move this over here. So let's do that. Let's do display flex, flex direction column, justify content end, and items center. Let's take the full height and full width of the card. Also, let's add some space between these two cards. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, it looks good. We need some space between this text and the card. Color of this text is different. This one. Let's add this color. This one is not white. Yeah, now it looks good. It's better. On that. Yeah, looks much better. Now we just need to add this icon. So for the icons, we're going to use huge icon, and the icon name is add01. So let's get the icon from here. Add01. Yeah, this one. And we'll be using SVG since you're using just HTML and CSS. Let's take the icon. Let's get the color as well from here. So the color is, let's take the height and width is 32, width and height, and the radius is 2x large. It's basically full. So the size is 32. Currently it looks like this. We need to move that into the card. Let's change the icon color to black. Let's do Flexbox over here as well. Justify center and item center as well to make it the icon center. Like, yeah, not center, but now it's not in the card. Let's position it perfectly. Let's make the icon absolute, and let's do bottom and right too. It should make it look good. Let's see. Yeah, it looks perfect. Yeah, it looks exactly like the design. So our first card is done. Now we just need to make this overlay animation. So we'll start working with this card now. So let's do that. Let's add a position relative to the parent. Let's add our overlay card over here, which let's give it a class of overlay card. Let's add a background image, and the height and width is same. Just the border radius is 20 pixels. So yeah, this is how it looks. Now we just need to position this in this way. So let's start with this. We need to make position absolute. Absolute. Let's do top 0 and left 0. It should be under the card. Yes. Now let's do minus z index is to 20. Yeah, it's completely under the card now. Now let's try to move the card. Let's do 20% from top, and from the left we'll do 8%. Yeah, it looks really good. It looks very similar. Now let's quickly finish up this section. So we'll take a div and we'll add the icons one by one. So the first, let's take the first icon, which is new Twitter. Let's search for the icon, an image icon, new Twitter. Yeah, this one. So this will be same for this icon as well. So let's just copy and paste this. Color will be changed, of course. I have the color. Let's see. We need to position this, of course. Now we can't see the icon because let's position this. Is to flex column, is to justify and height full and width full as well. Let's do item center, item start. Yeah, now we can see the icon color is black, the width and height is 16, and we also have a border of white. Let's add a border white. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, it looks good. Now we just need to copy paste this couple of times and change the icons. Just to flex the parent element, just change the icons. But this one is dribble. The icon name is dribble. So let's search for that. Yeah, this one, dribble. Let's go for this icon. So this one is YouTube. So let's search for that. This one. Yes, let's get the icon. It looks good. Now we need this follow button. So let's add that. So for that, we need to make these icons in a single div, and that follow button will be in another div, and we'll do both of them flex. So they will align horizontally. Let's do flex this one. Now we'll add a follow button. We have a color for that already. The size is 14 pixel and the weight is 600. So let's do that, which is SM, and the weight is semi-word, which is 600. Yeah, it looks good. You just need to add some padding. That's all. It looks perfect. Let's do a space between, justify between. Yes, set on padding of 4 pixels. So this is how it looks. So which means we need more space. So the overlay card needs to be positioned a little bit lower so that we can add this text as well. So let's do that. 30% will be okay, I guess. Perfect. Now let's just add the text over here. Text size 40 pixel, weight 700, and this one is for 12 pixel. 14 pixel is SM on bold, 12 pixel font medium. Yeah, it looks good. You just need to add some spacing. Now the gap is 4 pixel. Yeah, perfect. So our main component is done. Now we just need to animate this when we click this button. So for that, we'll be using JavaScript. So let's start with that. So let's just add an ID on the button so that we can select that from JavaScript. And also we have to add an ID on our overlay card. Now let's select the ID with JavaScript. Let's select the button and the card with JavaScript. Let's do document, main button. And we also need our card, overlay card, document.getElement by ID, which was a secondary card. Now we just need to add a class, which I already add. So over here, what I did is that initially the overlay will be hidden. So the opacity is 0 and the position is top 0 and left 0. So let me show you how it looks now. So this is how it looks now. The overlay is hidden and it should show when you click on this button. So let's do that. For that, I added a class which is opacity 1 and position 30 and left 8, which was initially the ideal position. So we'll just need to toggle this class name on the click of the button. So let's do that. Let's add event listener on the button. Let's add event listener and we'll do a click event. Over here, we'll take our overlay card and we'll add a class list dot toggle. Like we're going to toggle the class and we'll be removing and adding the class on click. The class was toggle card. Let's take the toggle card. Now let's see how it looks. Okay, so now if I click on this button, it has a very good transition and the position is also changing from 0 to 30% and it looks really good. So our work is almost done. So now we just need to animate the button. So I have added an ID on the icon, button icon, and I also added a class button icon. And we'll just select the button icon from here in JavaScript with the help of the ID, get element by ID, which is button icon. Now we are going to add a class on the event of the click. So I added a simple transition effect on the button icon class, and on click it will just transform to rotate 45 degrees so that it will look like a cancel button. So we'll just toggle this class over here, which is button icon toggle. So let's do that. We'll take the button icon, we'll add a class list dot toggle, that will be button icon toggle. So that should be all. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, it looks really good. So the button is also animating and the card, overlay card, is also animated. Very smooth animation. So that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching, and if you guys like the video, don't hesitate to hit the like button and drop a comment, and we'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.